What is up, Critics? In this video I'll be talking about the unreleased drip feed cars for the Drug Wars update. Now I do want to give a big shout out to Classique on Twitter for the photos of these cars, and Tez on Twitter as well for the prices of these cars. I'll leave the link to both their Twitters down below in the description. Make sure you guys go check them out. So in past DLCs we used to get one car every event week for the most part. However, with the last DLC, Rockstar was skipping weeks and giving us a car every other week towards the end, which only gave us about 2 or 3 cars a month, which was pretty crazy. It took absolutely forever. So we have 11 unreleased vehicles for this update. So this drip feed is definitely going to take a while, probably 3, maybe even 4 months. Now I do want to mention that we are not too sure on the exact release order, because 4 of them will be on the Legendary Motorsport website, and 5 of them will be on the Southern San Andreas website, and 2 will be on the Warstock website. So I will be showing these cars in order of website, but again, we don't know the exact release order. Only Rockstar does, because they randomly go back and forth between the 3 websites every other week, I guess. So anyways, let's start with the Legendary Motorsport website, where we should be getting our first vehicle next Thursday the 22nd, which is the Western Powersurge. So this is an electric motorcycle that will cost about $1.6 million, and it seems to be primarily based on the Harley-Davidson Live Wire. Moving along, we have the Classique Broadway. So this car is in the muscle car class and will cost about $900,000. This one is primarily based on the second generation Series 60 Oldsmobile Club sedan. Continuing, we have the Toundra Panthere. This car is in the sports class and will cost just under $2.2 million. This one is primarily based on the Alpine A110. Next up, we have the Ocelot Virtue. This is an electric supercar that will have a trade price of just under $3 million and a normal price of about $2 million. This one is primarily based on the Lotus Evija, absolutely gorgeous car there. Moving on to the Southern San Andreas website, where we have our next 5 vehicles. We have the Declasse Tahome Coupe. This car is in the muscle car class and will cost exactly $1.5 million. However, because of the community heist challenge, Rockstar will be giving this car to everyone for free only this week from December 16th through December 18th. So make sure you guys claim that vehicle this weekend. This one is primarily based on the 3rd generation Chevy Monte Carlo. Continuing, we have the Weeny Issi Rally. This car is in the SUVs class, which is quite strange, and it will cost about $1.8 million. Plus, for those of you on next gen, this car will also offer an HSW upgrade. This one is primarily based on the Mini Countryman John Cooper works. Next up, we have the Karin Hotring Everon. So this vehicle is in a sports class, basically a truck variant of the Hotring Sabre, and will cost just under $1.8 million for its normal price and about $1.3 million for its trade price. This one is primarily based on the 2022 NASCAR Toyota Toundra TRD Pro. Moving along, we have the Willard Eudora. This car is in the muscle car class and will cost about $1.2 million. This one is primarily based on the 1960 Buick Electra, absolutely gorgeous car. Continuing, we have the Karin Boor. This one is in the Offroads class and will cost just under $1.3 million. This one is primarily based on the Subaru Brat. Moving along to the Warstock website, we have the Brickade 6x6, which will cost about $1.4 million. Now you might be saying to yourself, wait a minute, we already have that in game. Well, currently it can only be acquired if you complete the 6 first dose missions. However, it seems Rockstar is going to make it purchasable for those people who don't want to do those missions. So kind of a shortcut way to get it, even though if you do the missions you get it for free. So I think it's much better to spend a couple hours doing those missions, but I guess it all depends what you do with your time in game. And lastly, we have the Taxi, which will cost $650,000 for its normal price and just under 500,000 for its trade price. Now, this isn't the first time we're able to legitimately own this car in a game. A lot of players grinded to get the taxi through the Arena War rewards. However, now Rockstar is making it purchasable for everyone, and you're able to do taxi work with it as well. It's rumored this car will have a fast travel feature, but I highly doubt it. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see until it releases. But anyways, guys, there you have it, the 11 drip feed vehicles for the Drug Wars DLC. Now, there is also a cargo plane that's been shown in the files, but that's mission only with some damage on the side. You're not going to be able to buy that. But in terms of the 11 vehicles, there are some really good ones in there, but most of them not really all that great, if I'm being honest. I would have expected some better cars. I don't know, this DLC so far, it's not really that big of a DLC. I would honestly say that the summer update was better than this one from earlier this year. My personal opinion, obviously. Now, there's also more content coming for Drip Feed. It's not just the cars. One of the biggest ones is a massive 50 car garage. However, it's split into 5 levels, so 10, 10, 10, and 10 for the 5 levels each, totaling the 50 cars. So I mean, it's not one massive 50 car garage. That would have been cool. They just decided to do a 10 each, which I guess it's okay, and it's in one building, and it costs about $2.7 million according to Tez on Twitter. Pretty cool there, and honestly I think that's going to be better to give us even more storage than what we already have. I think that's nice to see there. It's always great to have that addition in game. And the last thing I want to talk about here is that the second part of the story for this DLC is actually going to be drip fed. It's actually in the update you downloaded with this DLC. It's in there, it's just hidden. So it's not going to be a separate downloadable update, the second part of the story. It's going to be drip fed whenever Rockstar wants to drip feed it to us. I would say probably maybe when drip feed's almost over for this update, maybe 2 or 3 months or so, is when I would assume that Rockstar would go ahead and drop that. So anyways, guys, let me know what cars you're most excited for from this list here, from the drip feed cars. Personally, I'm most excited for the Ocelot Virtue based on the Avaya, and of course the Eudora based on that Buick. I think that car is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of funny. My favorite cars from the drip feed is an electric car and a classic car. Goes to show that the drip feed for this update really isn't the best compared to past ones. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.